Hello, welcome to Animal Audit Corner. Today I'm not bringing you any kind of Scientology or any other cult news today. But today, like I mentioned yesterday, I have something special for everybody, including the ones who are exiting a cult, a Scientology, or other cults while giving their aid from the Michael J. Render Aftermath Foundation or the SPTV Foundation, or maybe they got aid from both of them for some reason or another. And you got your apartment, you got your job, but there's one minor thing that you also need to restart your own life: learning how to cook. Now, I'm not really what you call the master chef, but I do know something, just a little in the kitchen. Of course, everyone needs to eat, so I'm gonna make you, since this is a vegan channel, I am going to make vegan cream cheese or vegan spread. So let's get right to it. First, you're going to have to need a food processor of some kind. Now, since it's vegan, we're going to use tofu in place of cream. So we're going to open it. Okay. Now, you got your sleek tofu. Yeah, it fell in the sink, so I'm not going to use this one. So, first thing you do is cut this up. Now, it doesn't have to be in complete pieces since it's already soaked up. Stick it right into the food processor. Okay. All right. Got it in there. We gonna mash it up like so. Blend it up. Okay. Now, if you want to use the firm one, go ahead. But I wanted to go with something different, which I should have stuck with the firm, but I didn't. But here we go. All right. All right. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to do this until it's filled. It looks like it's done. And it didn't really take that long. Hopefully it won't be soupy. Keep your fingers crossed. All right, there it is. But difference is I should have stuck with the firm one. So now, next, we're going to, or make believe it's actually firm. So next time, when you're actually doing the recipe, make sure it's firm. I don't know why I bought the silk, but I did. So chop up the garlic. You need 3 cloves of garlic, but if you want to put more than that, be my guest, go right ahead. All right. Okay. So you need to peel it. So, of course, just peel it. If you run into something like this, just take it off. All right, there we go. Chop this up, but make sure it's fresh. Chop it up. Okay. Now you have to chop up the next one. Peel it. Now remember, like I said, I'm not a master cook. I just get ideas every now and then. Since I'm a vegan, I have to get creative, and so I did. So here we go. Like that. Cut this thin part off. Then chop it up like so. Okay. Chop up the next one. Off. So we're going to chop up all of the garlic. I'm sorry for getting bored in advance, but okay. Okay. And here's the last garlic we're going to use. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna stick it right in to the tofu. Now, since it's silk and was meant to be a cream cheese, you can still use it as cream cheese. Just put it on the bagel or toast or whatever it is you're using very gently and just spread it gradually. But at the same time, I got another great idea. Use it also, if it's silk, is a salad dressing. Okay. Now, okay. Now, use 1 teaspoon basil, then 1 teaspoon of parsley, and then 1 teaspoon of thyme. So we got the parsley we put in there, the basil that we put in there, and the thyme that we put in there. So then, I know I'm now Jenna Miscavige, but guess what? She is like the Martha Stewart of the former Scientology world. She's great. She's probably the better cook, but my hat's off to you, Jenna. And of course, we're gonna need salt because guess what? Tofu, well, I think I better keep my mouth shut. That's the big part of being a cook. So, okay. Use 1/4 teaspoon of salt. If you want to put a teaspoon, I don't advise you do that because it's going to be too salty. But hey, if you're a salt person, I'm not going to encourage you to actually do it because it's not going to be good for your heart or blood pressure. But you know what? I guess you can go ahead and do it, but I wouldn't advise you do that. Check with your doctor first. I won't put that much salt in there. So put 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, here's your 1/4 teaspoon salt. Now, it's going to liven it up a bit. I should have kept my mouth shut, but you know what? It's there. It's there. Now, okay. Now we're going to grab a teaspoon and then mix it up. Okay. And then we I'm going to grab a container like this one. Now, this container right here, this was actually my father's before he passed away in October 2024. And and my brother brought in a box filled with stuff. And of course, this was in there. So we're going to use this for the cream cheese or dressing, whatever I made. But yeah, use this for your tofu spread. So, but remember, when you're making tofu spread or vegan cream cheese, as supposedly I'll call it, make sure it's firm, very firm, or between extra firm and firm and extra firm. So, because it'll definitely turn in to vegan cream cheese. But I wanted to try something else, but you know how things turn out. But you can still use it as a salad dressing too. So you just pour this whole thing in. Alrighty, here we go. Alrighty. And there it is. Now, I will still use it. I know I'm taking a big risk, but I'll still use it on my bagel. But I'm going to put it like, not like usual amount I'm going to use when I use it on my bagel. But I will put a little bit on. But next time if I get a firm cream cheese, yes, I'll put a little bit more on. But guess what? Use it on your salad. So you never know what you're going to come up with when you cook. But here it is. Oh, I don't want to get my computer messed up. See, it's a little runny. So just in case you still want to use it, just use like a little dabble and spread it around. But use firm to extra firm. But in this case, I know I'm repeating myself, but use firm to extra firm. There. There you have it. There's your tofu. Now, the next thing we're going to go on to, since Father's Day is fastly approaching, and guess what? There will be a protest in Los Angeles with Audit LA, Laura FM, and maybe William Good if he decides to drop in with Jessica Palmadessa. Now, if you're in another state or country and you can afford to be there, pack up your bags, book your flight, and gas up your tank, and head on out to L. Ron Hubbard Drive in Los Angeles, California. So, that day is approaching really fast. By the time you know it's going to come like that. But however, we are going to bake tea biscuits, Armenian tea biscuits for our dad, even though mine passed away. Technically, my brother is a dad, so he's going to get his. But however, he's still got young kids in their 20s, and one of them's going to walk down the aisle with her pretty wedding dress in March. So, I'm a proud auntie. So, we are going to clean this all up, and then we're going to bake our Armenian tea biscuits called Nazook. Now, hang in there because I want you to hang out with me today anyway, even though I don't have the basic stories I do as usual. So I'm going to put everything away right here and then grab out our cookie ingredients. Now, what am I going to do for Father's Day in spirit and memory of my dad? Well, I think I'll light a candle and maybe I'll go to Starbucks to have a little, maybe Frappuccino or strawberry Frappuccino at Starbucks. Now, but since my dad is gone, I'm still going to celebrate Father's Day in spirit in memory of my dad. And so, okay, we'll put this away in the memory of my dad. When I grew up, he first was born. I'm going to talk about my dad a bit. He came from Turkey. He came here about 1962 and 1963 with my mom and older brother. So because of this better life and better opportunity, and it is so awesome that he came here so his family can have a future. Now, okay. So I'm going to have to use soap on the counter, so I clean it up and use the counter to roll out my dough for the Nazook, because I don't want my Nazook tasting like garlic. So clean up your countertop and make sure you don't get garlic in your dough or herbs. The herbs like the parsley or thyme or the salt. Well, do I want to use salt in this recipe? No, not really. But however, there are salts in some bacon recipes, but I'm not going to use salt in this one. All right. All right. All righty, everybody. We got that clean. Oh, excuse me for 1 second. I got to go wash my hands. Hang in there. All right. We got our counter clean. Now we're going to get our bacon ingredients for our Father's Day tea biscuits. Okay. All right. You're going to need a bowl. a large mixing bowl. And if you got this, it'll be okay. All right. Oh, excuse me. I left my recipe in the living room. Let me go get it. All right. One bowl. One giant mixing bowl, or I hope this is a giant mixing bowl to you, because this is what I use to bake usually. And we're going to grab 12 ounce of sour cream for the dough. Trust me, it's going to be dough. Okay. And then baking soda. Baking soda, we're going to use for that, and baking powder, we're also going to use for our dough. Okay. Now, okay, and we're also going to use 2 sticks of butter. Now you have to grab 3 more sticks of butter from in your refrigerator for the filling. That goes into the dough when you roll it up. And trust me, it's going to be great. Oh, by the way, you're going to need to preheat the oven on 350. All right, now the oven's preheating. Now I'm going to go get the flour, and this time I'm definitely going to have enough to bake with the flour. Okay, so first, teaspoons in there, so let me see if I have another teaspoon. No, I'll just use 2 of this, of the half teaspoons. 2 of them will make a teaspoon, and that'll be good. I can't use the teaspoon because it's in my sink. I should have been paying attention, but guess what? I wasn't, so. All right. First, we're going to add 12 ounces of sour cream. And this is a vegan style cream cheese. It's organic and dairy free for all the vegans out there, or If you're not a vegan, you do you. Because guess what? I'm doing me. So pour it in there. The whole 12 ounce. And always recycle. Don't just toss it away and assume nothing's going to happen to the earth. That's Scientology's job. Okay. All right. We got our sour cream in there. Let me move this so you can see it. There it is. Well, it's going to slide. So, and now we're going to add 1 1/3 of baking soda. Okay, well, oh, darn it. Let's see, where is it? 1/2. Okay, so, okay, here we go. We're going to put in 1/3 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, there we go. Ooh, forgot the sugar. There. And then we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Just got it for today. So then, okay. There's your 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay. And then we're going to put in 4.5 teaspoons of flour. Okay. All right. Yeah, make sure your butter's in room temperature for about an hour to actually soften it up a bit. So 4.5 cups of flour. Let's see. I need a cup. All right, let's see. Okay. Here's my cup. And here we go. All right. Here's 1. Okay, as you gradually add it, stir it up. Okay. Now you're not going to have to use any water since the sour cream is going to be used to actually be turning it into into a dough. Oh my gosh. I had to bake in a hot weather today, but guess what? I am definitely going to get on track with the weather. But however, next week is Father's Day, and I'm going to deliver the cookies to my brother tomorrow so he can celebrate cookies with his kids. I will celebrate my father in spirit. So, okay, 4. Not me, that's 2, excuse me. Now there was another recipe like this one, so I had to readjust it for copyright purposes. So I wouldn't get in trouble. So that should do it. So stir it up like so. Okay. You know what? Skip. We're going to possibly, maybe I might skip the half cup. So if I skip the half cup, so are you on the flour. So let's see what's going to happen. Okay, 2, 3, and we're going to add the 4th one in. Okay, there we go. There's the 4th one. All right. Oh, darn it. Okay, there's the 4th one. Okay, that was the timer on my oven. So guess what? After I'm done with this, I'm going to get me a nice ice water, or I'm going to drink the water that's in my living room. But I like the iced one better. But anyhow, I'm going to mix this up. Okay, now we're going to use our butter. Now we're going to only leave that in the microwave for about 25 seconds or maybe 10 seconds to actually soften it up a bit, since I didn't take it out in advance. So okay, there it is. I softened it up a bit. So we're going to stick it right in. Here's the first one. And I'm going to stick in the second butter. Again, 10 seconds. So, and if you're planning on going to the protest in California, in Los Angeles, and you want to take the batch with you, go ahead. But I don't know how many people are actually going to be there, but if you want to make another serving, double the recipe up, because it might not be enough for everybody. But there it is, okay? So we're going to put this in the microwave for about 10 seconds. That's all you need. Okay. There you are, 10 seconds. So there's the 2 sticks of butter. All right. Now it's going to be easy to mix. Okay. So now we're going to mix it. Now, the butter is soft and you don't have to worry about it. Since we have the invention of the microwave, you can just soften it up for about 10 seconds. If it's a little runny, well, don't worry about it because it's gonna fit. Okay. All right. Now, I don't remember whether I put 3 or 4 cups in, but let me see. Okay. Yeah, I think it's 3 cups, but now this is gonna probably make possibly maybe 75 cookies. Now, I'm not a math whiz, so bear with me. So, I'm going to put 1 more cup in. No. Yeah, this is the 4th one going in. Now, I don't know if we're going to might skip the half cup. We'll see. So, like I said, I had to readjust this recipe for copyright reasons. That's the reason why I'm doing this. So, actually, knead the dough. Okay. The reason why I redid the whole recipe is because I don't want to get sued. No way. So, I readjusted it a bit. Now, for the glaze, when you put it on top of the biscuit, that's going to be a glaze going into the oven. You still want to use the eggs, fine, you do you, but this is a vegan channel and I'm going to use a brush of olive oil on top of it when I get to that point. So here we go. Okay. Okay. Right. We are gonna make a Nazook. All right. Yes, the butter is sticking to me like glue, so we might add the half cup in. So we're gonna actually keep on kneading the dough to all the flour and the mix is gone, and then we're gonna add the other half cup of flour. And then after that, we're gonna make the filling. Now, guess what, guys? Claire, Laura, Audit, Nora, Jenna, Natalie, Joyce. Let's see, who else is there? Erica, Cheryl. I hope you make my recipe for Dad's Day in spirit. Even though you might have had a hard time with them in the past, but they still love you. Even though the past is the past, this is the future. We'll celebrate Father's Day in spirit. Okay, so I hope I got all you ladies in with the names. And Natalie, I hope you break with oh no, that little guy's name. What's his name? I know your little granddaughter's Nina, and oh no. Oh, my ADHD is kicking in. Let's see. No, not. Sorry, little guy. And your little grandson, I hope you guys baked all together for their daddies on that day. Because guess what? During the 4th of July, we're going to be making shortbread cookies on the 4th of July. But that's in another a month away. So I will get the ingredients together for that day. And I promise I am not going to miss any ingredients. Okay, so we are going to mix it up. Now, yeah, I don't think we're going to need the half cup because it's really done. Okay. All righty, here we go. Keep kneading until all the flour is gone. Now, guess what? After I put the cookies in the oven, that will do it for the show because I don't have that much knowledge in this technology type of thing. So I'm still learning the ropes. So bear with me. So we're going to keep on kneading the dough. I hope I'm not boring any of you. So we're going to knead everything together. All right. Maybe we're going to need this. I'm not sure, but I think we're going to need it. Yes, we're definitely going to need it because for the filling, we're going to need the flour. So I'm going to keep that cup. Okay. So don't add a half a cup with the 4 cups for the dough. Okay. All righty. All right. So keep on kneading this dough. Now, all you former Scientologist ladies or the gentleman who desired to bake. Now, Amy Schwalmer, Amy, sorry I left you out of the mix of the names, but we're going to bake and bake and bake. All right. All right. Okay, here's the dough. I really needed it. So I think we can just pull this aside for now. Okay, you know what? I'm going to wash my hands for a bit. I think this advocacy thing is working out for me because I definitely think mental health is important. Those who are discriminating against mental health, the cult in Scientology is one of them because of L. Ron Hubbard's beef with psychiatry. He doesn't know what he's talking about, and neither is Scientology. So, Okay. All right. We got the dough. Now we're gonna start making the filling. So now I do got the information for the mental health thing. So go to the bottom, click on one of the links down below, and have your mental health checked if you think there's not something right with you. No problems in asking for help. So get to the links down below. All right. Now, for the fillings, you're going to need 2 cups of flour. Actually, you know what? We are going to actually use the sticks of butter. So I'm going to pop these in for about 10 seconds in the microwave. Okay. All right. There we go. That was 10 seconds in the microwave. Didn't take too long, did it? Okay. So we put this into the bowl. Gonna toss this. Okay. And then now we're gonna put the extra stick of butter away. Okay. Okay. Now we got a pastry blender or pastry tool, I'll call it. This is used to mix pastry, so we are gonna gently, we're gonna mix up the butter with the pastry tool, pastry mixer. I think that's what it's gonna be called. Okay, now we're gonna add now let's see. I think maybe I will add that extra stick in, since it does say 3 sticks. So maybe it'll work. Let's try it out. If not, in the future, just use 2. But we're going to try it out. Okay, there. All right, there. It's softened up for 10 seconds. It's not totally melted. It's still in its original form. So we are going to add it in. Now, I know Jenna Miscavige, and she looks like a great cook and a great baker. But she would know it all. She's better than me. With me, I have the tendency of getting lazy. So there we go. All right. There. Okay. Now, let's see here. Now, can't have it sticking like this, so let's see here. Alrighty, here we go. All right. Now, we're going to add 2 cups of flour. Yeah. And then, actually, you know what? Let's add the sugar first before the flour so it can work out better. Because it will have its good consistency if we put the sugar in first. So let's do that. Now, I have natural sugar. Now, the reason why I have it is because the other original sugar that we see in the supermarket, those have bleach in them and other ingredients to keep it preserved. But we're going to skip that and use this. It's natural sugar, which I will use. So here's 1 and then 2. You know what? I think I'm going to pour it in. Okay. Here's 2. Now, the rest is going to go into my jar. So there. All right. So we're going to mix it up for the right consistency. I'm going to do that. Okay, and then, you know what? If you got a food processor and want to use it in the food processor, go ahead and do it because it'll make life a little bit more easier. So there we go. I'm using the pastry tool, so bear with me. But yeah, go ahead, use the food processor because it makes life easier. So, all right, so, and if I said it too late, I'm sorry. I should have mentioned it earlier. But you know what? What's done is done. Okay. Now, all of you who's been reunited with their families and is using aid in case they were in a hotel and they have an oven that you use. Yeah, bake it for Dad's Day and surprise them with it. And reuniting with them will be so great. Unless, I'm sorry, they're diabetic. I don't mean to be personal, but hey. All right, so. Okay. So we're going to mix this up. Two cups of sugar. Hopefully it'll work this time around. The last time I did it, actually deleted the clip that I was making Nazook on Mother's Day. It messed up. It turned into a cake, which it was supposed to turn into a cookie, but who knows? Maybe. It was still edible, but it was too soft. So here we go. Oh my gosh, I'm getting hot in here. If you can only be in this kitchen with me, you'll be sweating bullets. But I really wanted to make something for all you dads for Father's Day. So, yeah, the dads are, let's see, Aaron Smith-Levin, Mark Hadley, who else? I guess Chris. I'm sorry if I left your names out. Okay. All righty. Now we're going to stick in 2 cups of flour, or 2.5 cups of flour. All right. Now we're going to stick it in little by little and see how it turns out. Like I said, I readjusted the recipe a bit for copyright reasons. That's the only reason why, because I don't want to get sued. All right. Now, sorry if I repeat myself. That's what I do. But I'll try not to do it again. But here we go. Here's the 1 cup of flour. Okay, so we're going to actually, and if you don't have a food processor or a pastry kneader or whatever it's called, you can actually use a fork, but make sure it crumbles. But here we go. All right. So it might look like I'm only going to use the 1 cup, I think, but we'll see. Oh my gosh. Do I wish I didn't step into the wicked hot kitchen today? I don't know, because I really wanted to do this for you. So let's see. Okay. Alrighty. So we're going to get the flour in there. Yeah, I'm using the knife to stir. Go figure, huh? So now, okay, so if you want me to bake and cook for you every Saturday, go to my email. Well, I should list it down below, but I'll do that later. My email is nisatarosian2@google.com. That's nisatarosian, one word, @gmail.com. So let me know if you want me to do this every Saturday for you. Bring up a good recipe that my mom would use, only in the vegan form, because that's what I am. I'm a vegetarian, a little bit of vegan, but I have to live beyond my means. That's the only thing I'm doing. So, well, okay. So it has to be crumbly. So I think I'm going to add in another cup. Okay, and then we're going to probably leave it like that. So we might not add in that extra cup. Or should I add in? Yeah. let's see what I can do about using the half cup. So let's see here. All right, here's the half cup. And use it like this. All right. Keep your fingers crossed and hope that it'll turn out right, because it's supposed to be crumbly. All right, so here we go. So we have the half cup in there. See how this is going to turn out. Now remember, it should be in a form of a crumble. Okay, and the natural sugar should do it, because usually, oh my God, I'm going to get me some ice water before, along with the tin water jug that I have in my living room, because I am so hot. So here we go. Let's see. All right. Okay. All right. Now remember, it has to crumble. So yeah, let's just add in the extra cup of flour. Now remember, it's supposed to crinkle and it can't stick to your fingers. So let's see if it's gonna work. If not, I'm sorry, but I had to readjust it so I don't get sued. Okay. So, but good news is, whatever I cook or bake, if it doesn't burn, it's usually edible. So don't worry. So we're gonna add in the last cup, and don't knead it too long, because we want to have it in the form as a crumble. Oh. All right, that should do it with the flour. And let's see, we'll count to 5 with the flour. You know what? Excuse me. All right. Let me blow my nose, but don't worry, I will wash my hands. All right. I am back. Don't worry, I did wash my hands like a good lady. Now, you'll never believe this. Next week is my birthday on the 14th, before Father's Day. So I'm really excited about that in spirit. The next day, I will keep on celebrating with my dad, even though he's gone. He passed away in October, but I'm still going to celebrate in his memory. Hopefully, I'll remember to light a candle for him and celebrate it. Now, I did always wanted to have kids, but I did regret not having them. because I really, really wanted to put me first before anything else. But you know what? What happens in life. Okay. All right. Okay, now remember, it has to crumble. It has to be in the texture of a crumble. So with your hands, work it. Now remember, let it crumble up. And if it melts in the oven, I'm sorry in advance. Okay, now we're gonna go grab. Okay, nothing flew into my computer. Yay, nothing flew into my Chromebook. So now, everybody, when you're done baking, grab a paper towel and wipe off all the butter off any tool you use, because you cannot use butter or any kind of fatty in the form of a liquid, because it'll clog up your sink. So take a paper towel and wipe it off so it doesn't hurt your sink and you have to spend money on a plumber to get it out. So don't. And plus, do not use liquid plumber. It'll make it worse. And if the company is responding to this, hey, that's the way it goes. Never cause further damage. Okay. So we got all that. And we're going to wipe this clean with the paper towel. So you don't want to clog up your sink. And so wipe off all the butter. So, right, we're going to set the filling aside. Now, remember, it has to be in the form of a crumble. So, count to 5, and then, there it is, in the form of a crumble. Okay, now, we're going to get the dough out. We're going to get rid of the elastics. Is it dirty? I don't know. Really? Okay. Now, we're going to get all of the bottom off. Okay. Oh, it looks like there is more butter, so we're going to have to wipe it clean. And all right. Going to get rid of all the butter. Because again, you don't want to have a clogged up drain. All right. Okay. And here we go. I'm going to stick this in the sink now. All right. Okay, good. There's no crumbs on my Chrome. Yay. Because I will cry if something happens to my Chrome, because guess what happened? Well, next week is Father's Day, but this week is not. So maybe I better not tell you about family issues, but let's go. All right, so we're going to knead the dough really carefully. Not carefully, roughly. Let's face it, it's dough. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. We're going to keep on kneading. And I think we'll probably have to put in a little bit more flour. Okay. To knead it, we're going to put it on the counter so it doesn't stick when you roll it out. That's right. We're going to roll the dough out So, all right, there we go. And there we go. Okay. So, all right. Now, next week when we bake the Armenian shortbread, I'll definitely have the recipe. So, definitely. And we are going to have fun baking, kids, because guess what? When I was growing up, my mother used to bake it for me and my brother all the time, and she made sure there was enough of it. Well, of course, there was more enough with my mother. So by then, I'll figure out how she did it. And by then, I'll have the recipe ready. My mother's, nobody else's, because I definitely don't want to get in trouble either. So, and anyways, I want to do it the exact way my mother used to do it. Okay. And all you that are parents, now last week was Mother's Day, and Magna, I'm sorry to mention you by name. I was trying to actually remember every single lady that's involved in the advocacy or used to be in that horrible Scientology cult. Yeah. But that's the way it goes. And here is the dough. And there it is. So I'm going to roll out the dough. I'm going to move this back a bit. Jeez. All right. All right, there. All right. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Now, I don't look too bad. The reason why I put on makeup is because every time I look at the screen, I look like a ghost. I didn't know where there is the sun or what. So I put on the makeup, but it didn't really make any difference. I'm going to see what happens on Monday when I come back. And that week, I'm going to try. I have 2 days worth of animal-like stories with Scientology when they damage other animals to get back at their former members for leaving. But I'm going to try and keep on looking. But if you got a suggestion, then okay. If you're from PETA, I won't. If you want to suggest I should do another one, just let me know. I'll try and remember. I have a bad memory since I have ADHD, but I'm going to try and remember it. All right. Okay, so now we're going to roll out our dough. And if I mess up, I'm sorry, but the good news is it will still be edible. That's if I don't get too lazy and burn it. But make sure the whole biscuit is golden brown. So I'm going to find the roller. Oh my God. All right. Okay. Now I'll come up with something else to do for the cooking with people who just got out of the cult, especially when it's Scientology, and give you more tips on your life outside of Scientology and other cults. All right. But those of you who also have mental illness, don't feel I'm leaving you out, because that's not what I'm doing. And those who don't have any of those things, I'm not leaving you out either. Go ahead and do the recipe too. All right. Now, yeah, I think I'm just going to put this aside, and when it's ready. Okay. Now, we're going to take the pin roll. Of course, this was with me throughout my childhood. My mother used this. This is before issues with wood came out when it came to using water or whatever and being bad for your health, but this was before. But no, don't be scared, because, yeah, I don't mean to scare anyone, but this has been with me through thick and thin. Will I part with it? Probably not, because it was from my childhood. My mother always used this. So let's go ahead and use it. So we're going to roll out a dough. Oh, good. All right, roll out the dough. We're going to roll out the barrel and make sure it will roll. All right. We're going to put a little bit more flour in. So it will come off when you roll it, and when you take it off to be used in a pan. All right, so there we go. I'm going to keep on rolling. Oh, boy. Those who are you that are in the air conditioner area, cool off. Stay in that room, or if your kitchen has the air conditioner in there, great. I promise you I won't get jealous. So there we go. Okay. All right, here we go. We're gonna, how thin should it be? Now, let me think. Oh boy. All right. You roll it in a circle. Like so. Roll this out like this. Make sure it goes into a circle. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we're gonna see if we can get this together. All right, so we're gonna get this and roll down. It has to go into a complete circle. Okay. All right. I don't want to bore you, so I'll find a subject to talk about. Let's see. Now, I have a perfect idea, since it's going to be Father's Day, and in case you all want to bake this recipe for the Father's Day protest on L1 Hubbard Drive, hopefully go ahead and do it, because you want enough for everybody. All right. Okay. All right. And there we go. All right. Okay, there. Now, this should be it. I have it rolled out. Now, make sure they're in crunch. So just take your fingers and just sprinkle it on top. Looks like I got more than enough here, but you know what? In case you make it again, it'll be all set for you. But yeah, don't throw it out, because lately, when people are throwing food away, that would also be a waste on the environment, and it's not good. So put it away for another day if you're going to make this recipe again, or if you want to get creative, go ahead, be creative. But if it gets rotten, by all means, yes, throw it out. So, okay, we're going to keep on adding until we get to the end of, or try to get to the end. So here we go. Oh boy. I just don't want to actually ruin this. So then, okay. Or try it out this way. Put it in the freezer and see what happens when you take it out to make it again. If it's not salvageable, I'm sorry in advance. But that was an idea I came up with. I like to be creative and not restrictive. So we're going to keep on putting it in. Just make sure it crumbles up when you add it. Okay. Should be like this. Okay, so add it. And Mona, hopefully you guys in advocacy world and and former Scientology world, I hope you're baking this, because it's a great recipe to celebrate with. Of course, I love to bake, so there we are. Okay. So I'm just going to keep on playing with this so it can go into a form of a crumble. Oh, and Karen De La Cruz. So I'm going to keep on adding women that I missed and left out, but didn't mean to. I'll mention them. Okay, what else? I did mention Farrah Cheryl. She is the funniest person on earth. And of course, I'm always thinking of Erica, since that horrible young rookie arrested her. So, yeah, that was a horrible thing that rookie did to her. He arrested her for protesting. Horrible young man. So, do I want to, well, if he was a small child, do I want to spank? No. This is where problems starts. According to psychiatrists, or Google it, punishments like that causes scars. So I'm going to go along with what they say. But yes, I'll give him no dessert if he was a tiny little person. Okay. All right. So we're going to keep on adding the crumble in. Now, how much do I want to put in? I don't know. So let's see. Until it covers the whole dough. But might make it again during the 4th of July, but we'll see. If it's bad by then, I'm not making it. So, sorry if I ruined your appetite. So, let's see here. I'm hoping this recipe will work with my own style since I don't want to be sued for copyright reasons. So, let's see here. Jessica Palmadessa, I hope you're doing this recipe. If you're out there protesting, good for you. Then you don't have to do it. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Now make sure it goes into a circle when doing it. It has to be in every single corner, in every single, let's see. Now. Already. Let's see here. I'm hoping that. Okay. Huh. Okay. Yep. It's really crumbly. So. Okay. Okay, so maybe this should be it for now. But I will, since it's butter, it might last. But every time I have a butter that's about 2 months old, I still use it. I haven't gotten sick yet. Oh my gosh. All right, so then I think this will probably be enough. All right. So we're going to... All right, so I'm going to actually wipe my fingers off since I have butter all over it, and then roll it. Now, okay. Oh my gosh. Woo. Okay. So then, throw my paper towel away, and then we're going to gently roll the dough. Now, when I made the vegan cream cheese, the other times when I made it, it was firm. So I did not use the silk. I wanted to use something good, but no, I did. It was actually, so I'm really rolling the dough. So make sure you have plenty of flour in the bottom because you're going to have to lift it off the counter. So you don't want it to stick when you're removing the dough. So keep on working gradually. Okay. So then you squeeze it to spread it out. Then keep on rolling the dough. Okay. All right. There we go. All righty. See? Now, don't press on it, but you know what? I'm doing it because I'm rolling it. But yeah, if you making like you're kneading it, then it's going to mess up. So just keep on rolling it in medium speed, but gently because you don't want to ruin the crumbles. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to see if I can just move this down a bit. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Now, you guys think I should check with the ladies who are planned to be at the protest next week, like out in LA? I feel like I should. I'll mention it and see what she thinks. Okay. All right. But, okay. So there we go. It's in the form of a crumble. So, all right. So here we go. There. All right. Now we rolled it up. There we are. Now we're going to cut it in pieces. So, where is that? Cut it. Here it is. Here's a pastry cutter that I use every time I use a recipe like this. Because guess what? I love it. It's mine. Okay. So then, it's all rolled out. There it is. So then, now, let's see, have a bigger pan, I have a bigger pan that I'm going to use. Let's see. Okay. Let me think here. No, I think I'm going to use this pan in memory of my dad, and hopefully it will be good for me to use. This used to be my dad's pan before he passed away, so I'm going to use it today and hope all of them are there. But in case the crumbs melt, I'm sorry in advance. So, all right. Okay, so let's see. All right, first, let's see here. Let me get out the olive oil. Okay. So then. All righty. Okay. Okay, there. But yeah, I got a little bit too much. The reason why I'm putting oil at the bottom is because you don't want it to stick. So, all right. So we're gonna wipe it on to the pan, and if it runs out, I'll use one of my other pans. So there. So let's see here. Hopefully this will fall. Okay, and there it is. It's actually greased up and ready to go. I'm going to move these aside so I can have room. Oh, jeez. My candles from Easter that, well. Okay, here we go. Get my tea in the tray. All right. Okay, there. All right, put it all here. All right. Oh, yeah. This is my remote control for my lighting. All right. So then we're going to close this up, and that'll be the end of it for now, because I don't know if we're going to use it. Okay. All right. So here we go. We're going to cut it up and see how it turns out. Oh, yeah, the grease pan here. And here's my Nazook recipe. Okay. Okay. So oh no. Okay, there we go. It went on to the other site. So we're going to keep on going. So here we go. Oh boy. Okay, there. Now, here's one. Okay. 2. 3. Okay. There's the filling right there. Point this at the camera. There it is. Okay. Okay. Here's the 4th one. See that? I think it's going to turn out very well since doesn't look like it's stiffened at all, and it was a little loose, and the consistency is right. Okay, here's the 5th one. There. Now, think about going out for Father's Day for your dad. That's great. And have also a takeout for your dad, like Chinese. Great. And pizza. Oh my gosh. I'm getting pizza for my birthday next week. I don't care. Okay. And, or if you want to stay at home and cook next Sunday, great. There. All right. Now, look, it might look like it's going to fit on all of the pans. There we go. Doesn't that look so interesting? Now, I wish I put all of it in, but it can't be too much. So, and the reason why I did it, I'm repeating myself. I don't want to get sued. So here we go. All right. All right. There it is. Now there has to be a wash of some kind. Last time I used olive oil, but it didn't really turn out the way I expected because usually it has to have a shiny coat, and it's usually with an egg wash. But if you're not a vegan or a vegetarian, or a vegetarian but not a vegan, go ahead and use it. You just do it the way you want it. You do you. Even though that's not great English. But yeah, you do you. I'm not going to turn every single person into a vegan or vegetarian. That should be out. All right. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, this one's perfect. on the outside layer. Okay, there we are. Oh boy. I am just so excited about this. It looks like it's going to turn out perfectly. Yes. But as soon as I'm done with it and I stick it in the oven, I have to sign out because I don't know that type of technology. So I don't know how to do it piece by piece. I probably had to record it and then take it out of the oven. But as I said, I am just started my advocacy channel, for for the Scientology SPTV advocacy channel. So there we go. And I'm still going to be a part of it. I want to be a part of it. But if people don't notice me, who cares? Because I am enjoying myself big time here. But if you have your own channel and you're still in the same position as I am, enjoy yourself because that's what it's all about. Other than helping out others who are just in a bad position in their life and want to get out of it. So just keep on trucking. So because I'm really having fun. And I don't care whether I'm known or not. Like Kelly says, when I was actually speaking my piece in the LA council meeting, when Kelly says, "Who's Nisa?" I didn't care. I wanted to get in there regardless of whether or not people knew my name. So I just keep on keeping. All right, so yeah, it looks like they all fit on my dad's pan. So there we go. And Mr. Anderson, in case you're near a laptop and I know you're cut off from the internet, your daughter is thinking a lot of you and she wants you back. So please see her and go back to her because she misses you and loves you. So just be together with her. So then, all right, that should do it. Now, I'm going to try out the olive oil glaze. If not, I'll look up what glaze I should be using. So then, okay, there we are. If you have any leftovers, put it away and save it for another day. Or freeze it and save it for another day. And if it ends up mushy, let's see. What would my mother say? She passed away in October of 2008. Isn't that a coincidence since my parents passed away both at the same month? It's unbelievable. Okay, so I'm going to stick this in the freezer, but in case something happens to it and I make another Nazook, I'm going to add in possibly a cup of flour and make sure it's in like a crumbly form. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It feels so good in the freezer. So let's see here. Now, I'm going to use this and brush it on the Nazook. So I'm going to get the custard bowl that's in this size. Okay, let's see. Put in 1/4 cup. Okay. Then after you're done with it, wipe it off with a paper towel. Because you don't want any clogs in your sink, even though this is one of the times that I mentioned it so many times. Okay, pour it in. All right, there we go. And we're going to put the olive oil away. Now, I looked on the internet when it came to washing pastries in replacement of eggs, and I came about with using olive oil. But I'll look again. But if you guys want to look, be my guest. Go ahead and do it. So then we'll wipe off the cup. Make sure it doesn't clog up the sink. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Where's the brush? Ah, here we go. Okay. All right. So we're going to take the olive oil, or your case, if you're not a vegetarian or vegan, take your egg wash and tap it, and it should come up with a shiny coat when you take it out of the oven. Now it should take about maybe 30 to 45 minutes or till golden brown. Make sure it's golden brown when you take it out. Okay, so we're going to keep on brushing this on. All righty. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Now, do I love beautiful weather? Yes, but not when I have to cook it. But I wanted to do this, like I said. Boy, am I going to have a great time editing this piece. Is it going to take too long? Ooh, let's see. I don't know. Okay. So then keep on brushing every single one. And while I'm actually brushing it on, I'll come up with topics so it won't be so boring. And if I bored you, I'm sorry, but I'm trying my best not to bore you. So we're going to brush it on. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, so there we go. All right. So here we are. We're brushing and brushing and brushing. Okay. So. Oh, yeah. If you're going to use an egg wash, use one egg. If you get the one egg, there you go. Sorry, I forgot to mention it. So let's see here. All right. Now, it's always excited to watch the SPTV channel while being outside in that sun or be inside whatever. Oh, and Miss Kim, I love your stories outside the Texas org, and wish your husband a happy Father's Day. Of course, I'm coming up with the name as I go along because I'm not leaving out any names. Okay. And if you got your own channel and nobody knows who you are, so what? Just go ahead, do the channel, advocate for everybody on the SPTV network. Because guess what? I don't care whether I'm known or not. So, okay. All right, so here we go. Okay, I'm really slopping it on here. Now I'm going to make sure every single one has a wash on it. Okay, that should be it. There. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of whatever's in there. Don't worry, it's coffee, so I'm not going to give my brother something that's not identifiable. So I've been using that 1/4 cup for my coffee every single morning. So that's what it is. And yes, he's a coffee drinker. So, yeah, baking it for my brother. Get this out. Okay. So we're going to keep on hoping that the OSA will let Laura's father see his daughter. Now, separating families is not great at all. Now, if you want Laura to be with her dad, all you guys gather around, and if he comes out of the building and he wants to be with his daughter, all you guys that are there, make sure they reunite so Laura can take them home. Because guess what? Families should be together, not apart. Of course, Scientology does not know the meaning of the word family, especially David Miscavige and Tom Cruise, who, in fact, disconnected from his little girl, who's now practically a woman. She's 18 years old. And it's shameful that he wasn't at her 18th birthday or her graduation, which was a very selfish thing to do. Now, oh no, forget it. I'm not gonna put it in there since I stuck my fingers in there, especially on a live network. So, all right. So, I'm gonna take it, and I know I use so many paper towels, and it's not good for the trees out there. So there's gotta have to be trees left. So we're gonna soak it up, or toss it in the trash, because guess what? It can't go into the sink. Of course, like I mentioned. Now there's still oil in there, so I gotta get it out. Alrighty. So that's gonna go into the oven. And then let it bake from 30 to 45 minutes, or until golden brown, so just check on it. Now remember, it has to have a brown coating on it. Don't let it burn. Okay. Okay, there we are. All righty. All right, so there it is. We cleaned it out, so there's no oil left. Hopefully it'll wash. And that's the end. But next week, all that is going to go to my brother when my sister-in-law picks me up and we're both going shopping for that day. What's he going to get on Father's Day? Well, I don't know. Am I going to be there? I don't know. Because I'm always keeping myself busy writing materials for you guys. Now, on Monday, I'm going to do a story on Joey Rocket and the way he treats his animal. Now, okay, fine. Granted, I don't know what he actually does, but it looks like in one clip, the poor little thing didn't want to be in front of that building. And everybody was yelling at Joey. Now, okay, and then on Tuesday, I'm going to do another story about Stacy Brooks Young and how she took a wrecked animal and turned her apartment into an animal sanctuary. Now, and then Scientology came in and did a smear campaign and ended up costing her animals her life. And she had nothing to do with it, but they conducted a smear campaign with her. So I'll definitely do a story about that. I won't give out any details on how it was, but I'll definitely do that story, and I'll see what other stories I can come up with tomorrow on Animal Audit Corner. And of course, I have to clean this up. Okay. All right. Alrighty. Okay. So now I'm gonna put this in the trash. Alrighty. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. Maybe I'll use this and see if I can get it all off. All right. Oh boy, am I starved. Is it going to come out great? Well, I hope so. I'm confident that it is, because I definitely think it's going to be edible. So, okay. All right, there it is. Now I'm going to sponge it off. All right. I hope I'm not boring all of you, because that's what I'm wishing. Oh, and Kelly, now I'm going to, well, actually, even though I'm not a Scientologist, a former Scientologist, because that's not what I am, I would say to the advocates, good for you. And I know they're going to thank you for participating in advocating against Scientology and other cults. So, bless you all. Blessed be Namaha, or Namaha. I think that's what they say in the Jewish faith. I think, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say it in every different language and every different religions. Now, how does Buddhism say it? I don't know, but I guess good for you. So there it is. Oh boy. Alrighty. Now there it is. Your Armenian tea biscuit called Nazook. Well, that should do it for today. See you Monday. What story on Joey Rocket and his animal? Now, does his animal feel comfortable? Well, we're going to find out. So, see you then.